go live. Trying to figure it out here. Come on. There we go. There we go. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Look at me look like a crazy man looking up because you got all these damn screens up here. All right, there we go. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, TikTok. It's kind of an odd light, isn't it? Let me see if I can turn this off. How does that look if we turn it off? Yeah, I like that better. Yeah. But anyway, good Friday morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well this morning, feeling good, got a good night's sleep, waking up bright, early, energized, ready to rumble, ready to go. I just got off the phone with my brother, Richard. They took him home. He lives in Monticello, Georgia. They took him home this morning by ambulance from Lithonia down there at what's that exit? Turner Hill Road exit down there, Hillendale. They took Good Morning TikTok. Hey, everybody over on the great network of TikTok. Good morning, TikTokers. How's everybody doing this morning? Come on in and say hello this morning. It's Friday, y'all. It's the weekend. So anyhow, they sent him home by ambulance at 4 o'clock this morning and sent him home with a tank of air that he's going to be breathing. And yeah, look at y'all scrolling by. Thank y'all this morning. Hey, I'm going to ride down. Ava's going to work. I'm going to ride down to Newnan here shortly, and they have the Chattahoochee Poultry swap and greet, whatever they call it. So we're on Facebook. Some of you people out here on TikTok land want to find it, Chattahoochee Poultry on Facebook. And today's to Saturday and Sunday, they're just a 3-day event at the Coweta County Fairgrounds in Newnan, Georgia, where they got just about any kind of chicken in the world, and people drive in from Illinois and all over the country, and they just have a big old bunch of chicken people. Plus, they also sell little goats and you know, other little bunnies and stuff like that. But it's just fun to walk through. And I went last year for the first time, and I assume most all these people are Trumpers, MAGA people. Hey, Angela. But they're just such something. There's something really sweet about people that come from farms and stuff across the country, whether they MAGA or Trumpers or whatever. They're just such sweet people that just stand there and talk to you and greet you and say hello and sell you chickens. So anyhow, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. I tell you how close the Cabbagetown people are. I think this is the same, Angela. I stopped at Zesto's maybe 7 or 8 days ago, and I went in there and got me a hamburger or whatever, and my Facebook person over here, I think Angela was there, and Sandra, her sister, was at Zesto's. This is weird, isn't it? Cabbagetown people bumping into each other at Zesto's. Good morning, TikTok. All you TikTokers out there in TikTok land. I'm getting tickled at myself thinking about TikTokies. Well, supposedly the judgment date's coming in the next by April the 5th, which is that Sunday. I got muscle spasms in my neck, y'all, lately. That's weird, isn't it? Over the years, I have to take some. Yeah, that was even Sandra. Seeing y'all at Zesto's eating. Yeah, strange. Sometimes just running into former Cabbagetown people. If we go way back to Angela right here, when Mama lived on Short Street, and they lived across the street on Short Street, Wanda and Angela. I think if I'm mistaken, Angela might have been the baby of the. But I know they had a brother too. Uh, but their mama was so sweet, Miss Stab. She was always so sweet to everybody. And but anyhow, just Cabbagetown people reminiscing about growing up in Cabbagetown. Uh, hey, everybody over on TikTok. So anyhow, my brother Richard got to go back home today from the hospital. He called me a few minutes ago. He said, "When we gonna get out and work in the yard?" I'm like, "Yeah, you'll be able to work no yard. You got a tank of oxygen on your back now." But at least he survived that ordeal. But banged his face up pretty good when he fell and he hit his face. His face is pretty black and blue. But anyhow, good morning, everybody. I'm just gonna come on here for a minute and say hello. To be honest about it, a lot of times I come online to do to do live videos. For one thing, they help the from what I've read, they help the algorithms on TikTok, which is kind of gets your videos viewed more and gets them out there in the public. And the other thing too, I come on because I'm like, I ain't got nothing to do right now. You know, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, just chilling. Social media is a great way to allow us to feel like to be connected to other people, you know. And sometimes, you know, I'll come on and very political. Sometimes I'm very spiritual and want to pray for somebody. Sometimes I'm very, you know, just whatever. But man, my hair looks amazing, don't it? Do y'all see that? I want y'all to look at that. My hair looks amazing this morning. It looks better up on TikTok. But yeah, look at that. Amazing. Amazing, isn't it? I always, I'll tell y'all something. Back 4 or 5 years ago, I let my hair grow out and I had a ponytail. And boy, and that just, you know, my daughter Heather would be like, "Daddy, please go get a haircut." I'm like, "No, this is my artist look. I'm a hippie. I'm going back to my hippie days when I was 17." And so, yeah, and I went to Paris for two falls and spent a few weeks over in Paris. And, you know, I'm like, I'm in Paris. I got my long hair, got my ponytail. I'm an artiste. And so I was stopped at the BP over on Boulevard and I put my gas in my car. And I'll go inside after I pump my gas. I go inside and I get buy me a lotto ticket. So I'm walking back out to my car across the parking lot, and this guy's walking in. As he walks by, he just reaches over and hands me $1. I just took it. You know, he thought I was like those homeless people around there. I guess he thought I was homeless. I'm like, well, maybe I should get a haircut. Maybe this artiste look is not working for me that good. So I went and got a haircut. But my hair's healthy, isn't it? Should we cue the song, "You're So Vain"? I bet you think this TikTok is about you. You're so vain, so vain. Yeah, thank y'all for the gifts and the hellos, the good mornings over on TikTok. Good morning, everybody. Coming to you, Eddie Williams Sellers, coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia this morning with a bunch of nothingness, a bunch of silliness, a bunch of foolishness. Those of you that follow me, I've uploaded over on Substack my morning little writing and my morning video over on Blue Sky and Substack and Instagram and YouTube. And I'm ready to get out of the city for a few hours this morning, ride down to Newnan, Georgia. Good morning, C. Grimsley. Ride down to Newnan, look at some chickens, some goats, buy me a couple of little pepper plants. Good morning, Dora. I see y'all over on TikTok. So I'm just going to have, you know, and maybe some of the other people are like this too. James says Mustangs are fast, Corvettes are faster, but Teslas are the fastest. That's good. I like that. Boys, isn't Elon's ass getting busted a lot lately? Well, what did he expect? My God. I mean, I involved my business in the campaign for Harris back over the summer, and man, boy, they come after your business. I tell you, on a lot smaller scale. Good morning, Myra. On a lot smaller scale, uh, there's somebody on my Facebook page that works for Tesla, and my friend Jai, who's in Atlanta now, just moved back here from New Orleans. He worked for Tesla for 3 years, and they let him go. Well, I don't know if I should say that publicly. He told me he loved working for them, but they let him go. And so Teslas are taking a beating because Elon's kind of crazy, isn't he? There's one thing when we all know people are crazy, but when you have the richest man in the world and he's crazy, he can cause a lot of disruptive stuff. So anyhow, y'all, when I involved, he's involved Tesla now in politics. So the people that hate him and hate Trump and hate that whole MAGA movement, they're like, the hell with Teslas. We're getting rid of them. And boy, they're depreciated in value a lot too. It's really hurt them. And but when I tell you how people come after you. When I did my Harris videos about the Harris campaign on A1 Blueprint over on the corner of Boulevard and Woodward, y'all, this is crazy. But I never have really cared too much anyhow about the Google stuff where people go on and make comments. They rate your business. I've got like a 4.8 star on A1 Blueprint, and people's like, oh, it's the greatest little print shop in the world, and this and that and the other. And there was only a few comments on there. Well, some of the trolls on the MAGA side said, let's get this guy. So like within a couple of weeks, there was like 10,000 reviews on Google, whatever, but it's the most horrible little shop in the world. They screwed my order up. These people was from Illinois and Montana and Wyoming, all across Florida. Just thousands of people leaving comments on the Google site, that rates your business. Oh, it's horrible, horrible. So I went online. Bobby Thorne says Elon is Damien in the movie called The Omen. Yeah. So I went online and I said, you know what, y'all people are horrible to do that to my business. Put these thousands of comments on there about that. Well, then the Harris people said, oh, we've got them. So then thousands of people went on there and left comments. Oh, it's the greatest print shop in the world, the best service, the best thing. So, so it was like these two groups of people were using but the bottom line is they were coming after the business. So the Google site, where you do rates on business or leave comments and rates on businesses or whatever. So anyhow, so these people that are really coming after Tesla are not terrorists. They're just people's like, dude, you suck. And then I read on the news also that when Target eliminated the DEI program or whatever, man, people boycotted Target and their stock dropped by millions and millions of dollars. Their stock just plummeted, because people's like, yeah, we're not shopping at Target no more. Yeah, maybe they. I mean, I'm not saying they hadn't been people that's been destructive physically to Teslas, throwing paint on them and stuff like that. But my God, we've always had people like that. I mean, y'all remember? I'm old enough to remember that people that used to wear real mink coats, they got splattered with paint and attacked and everything else because of the inhumanity of skinning animals to make coats out of them. So that kind of stuff is always. Ashton says still not shopping at Target. But the people's always been kind of destructive, whatever. To me, that whole Elon thing's kind of weird, isn't it? And they're ugly. They're just ugly vehicles. I mean, you want a pretty vehicle? Get a 1965 Mustang. drive it around. I had one. Get a 1963 convertible Chevrolet Chevy 2. Before it was called Nova, it was called Chevy 2. 1963 Chevy 2, red, candy apple red with white convertible top on it. You unleash and push it down. Now, you talking about some beautiful cars. Tesla, they look like they, and from what I've understood about them, they're very poorly put together. And even a lot of insurance companies like State Farm, you buy a Tesla, they won't insure it because there's too much going on with it. So, interesting. You just got a note from the YMCA that their steam room is open. Sends all kind of things like, I remember the YMCA steam rooms when I was a member at Lucky Street downtown in my 30s. You'd come out of the steam room at the YMCA down on Lucky Street and you'd be singing YMCA. So awful. So anyhow, good morning, everybody. Top of the morning to you. Living in crazy times right now. We used to sing a song years ago in church called "Troublesome Times Are Here, Filling Men's Hearts with Fear. Freedoms we all hold dear is at risk. Da 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 da, chastening rod. Da 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 da. Jesus is Lord. Then the chorus was, Jesus is coming soon, morning or night or noon. Many will meet their doom. Da 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 da. Yeah, a lot of gloom and doom in Christianity back then, wasn't it? Yeah, a lot of gloom and doom. Dora says Walmart come out too. Now they are on the side. They don't like being boycotted. You know, is Walmart maybe the worst thing that's ever happened in the country? I mean, if we really go back over the years, I can reminisce about living in my 20s and 30s, workplaces from Ackworth to Conyers to McDonough. You go through all little towns across America. Y'all remember we had little pet stores. Independent people have little pet stores and sell you fish and sell you parakeets and had little individual hardwares. Good morning, Bridget. I see you over there. Thank you there. Jordan says, I love listening to your voice. I'm from Bama, and your accent makes my heart happy. I love Southern accents, too. I do have a Southern accent. But do y'all remember, some of y'all young folks on here, but before Walmart and before all that kind of stuff, every place you went, you had little pet shops, pet stores. You had little mom and pop hardware stores. You had little neighborhood corner grocery stores that sell cigarettes. Walmart, they come in and they buy all this cheap stuff from China and Korea and all like that. Put all the mom and pop stores out of business. You mean those pet stores with the that too. So somebody said, you mean all those pet stores where pets were abused? Well, not all those pet stores, because most of them just sold fish and little bird cages and stuff like that. They wasn't in there selling monkeys. So anyway, yes, I am, Heather. I'm having me a great morning. My daughter, Heather, over here says, well, you're just having yourself a great morning. Yeah, I am just having myself a great morning. It's good to be alive. It's good to be awoke. But anyhow, before Walmart, I used to love to go rummage around in little mom and pop stores, and they was everywhere across the country. Walmart put them out of business. Now basically, if you move into any part of the country, if you got a Walmart and a Home Depot or a Lowe's, you got everything you need, because they'll sell you anything you need right there. You can buy your groceries at Walmart, buy your shoes at Walmart, put everybody out of business. Corporate America. And I'm not a Walmart person. I don't like, I've got a Walmart. I could walk to a Walmart from my house here in East Point. Literally, I could walk up there in about 15 minutes. And I've lived here for 15 years, and I've maybe been in that Walmart 3 times in 15 years. And I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like that kind of shopping, you know. And you know, now we have Amazon online, where even that now everybody's, you know, somebody needs something, you just go online. You know, Gracie chewed up my remote the other day. I told Dave, I was like, go online and order me a remote for this TV in here. Just next day, they got a remote at the front door. So anyhow, good morning, everybody. Eddie Williams Sellers coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia this morning, having his morning coffee. Getting ready to enjoy this weekend. A lot going on. I've seen on the AJC, I get the digital copy of the AJC every day. And I seen on the AJC an article that said 19 things to do in Atlanta this weekend. And so a lot of stuff going on all around Atlanta. You know, like tomorrow morning, Oakland Cemetery has their once a year spring plant sale. So I told Ava this morning, I said, let's get up in the morning, go do our morning walk around Cabbagetown, and then walk through Oakland Cemetery and buy a couple of plants, you know, to help support Oakland. I love, for those of you people that come to Atlanta, Oakland Cemetery is just a beautiful, huge cemetery right in the heart of Atlanta, 2 blocks from my little print shop. And people come from all over the world there. Recently, Kenny Rogers has got a big old mausoleum there now. Will the Circle Be Unbroken? And, you know, the lady that wrote Gone with the Wind, Margaret Mitchell's buried there, and Maynard Jackson and former mayor, and just all kind of famous, Bobby Jones, a great golfer. A lot of people buried there. It's just a beautiful, beautiful cemetery. Hey, good morning, tick-a-tockies, tick-a-tockers, tick-a-tickies. Supposedly something's going to be happening Sunday, April the 5th with TikTok. And good morning, Melissa, over on Facebook. So anyway, y'all, oh goodness. So anyway, y'all, hey there, Be Heard. Good morning to you. So anyhow, just get my day started here. Gonna have a good day today. So I'm glad my brother Richard lives to fight another battle, you know, and he made it home. He called me, he said, they brought me down here in the ambulance. I said, boy, they wanted to get you out of there. They didn't want you to die up on them. They don't have to deal with you. They want you to go home. So anyway, y'all, good morning. So, you know, we got all the whole stock market crashing thing. We could talk about all that stuff so negative. All the tariffs that's going on. I've seen a little news clip where the Prime Minister of Australia, he's saying, here, this little island right here's got like 29 people on it. They put a tariff on it. He said, what does these people? Good morning, Pam. I see Pam Wentz over here. I seen on Facebook where you said you're about to go to Alaska. Good heavens. Anchorage. That would be interesting. You know, you'll have some stories to tell and some things to share about that. Going to Alaska, to go from Tallahassee to Alaska, good Lord. But that ought to be exciting and be fun. Ashton says the new clip of Kamala Harris saying, I don't want to say I told you so, made me smile this morning. Somebody else says he put a tariff on Sudan. What the heck? Sudan. Y'all, he's weird. You know, yeah, Pam said, I can't wait. That would just be an interesting journey to go. From the people that I've known that went to Anchorage, and you'll probably attest to this a little bit, they're like, the people up there know you're an outsider. Of course, they'll know Pam's an outsider anyway as an African-American woman, because I don't think there's too many black folks up in Anchorage. But I've had other people that lived there for a while and said, man, it's like you really feel like an outsider. There's the people that are Alaskans, and then there's the outsiders. So good morning, Digits Mom. Weird is too nice a word, she says, for me to. But there was this thing where the guy that was Vice President Harris's running mate, where he said, "John, they're just weird. He's a weird dude. They're just weird people." And I'm gonna tell you, evangelical MAGA Trump support, that's kind of weird people. I mean, I'm not saying it to just be ugly toward them. They're just kind of a bunch of weird people, you know. I just, it's just, it is. It's just kind of weird. And JD Vance, my God, did they get any weirder than that dude? Just, somebody came by the shop and left a stack of little bumper stickers on the counter for free just to give out to people, and just simply says, "Don't vote weird." Well, people voted weird. People voted weird. The country voted weird. And now we're living in weird times. It's just weird, isn't it? When tariffs are put on Sudan. Have y'all, good Lord, tariffs on Sudan. Yeah, it is awkward. My daughter Heather says they're fucking weird. They are weird, ain't they? Just weird. And we used to think the Branch Davidians was weird. Yeah, it is weird times. Anyhow, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go brush my teeth and freshen up a little bit, get out of here on my day. Yeah, I see all you people over on TikTok, Facebook. Love y'all. Let me get out of here. Good morning, everybody. Hey, choose to be happy today. I'll leave you with this. Choose. Life is about choices. You have great power, great authority to choose, to do, to be, to whatever. Choose happiness today. Choose joy today. Choose to pick your head up, and to walk upright, and to be holy, to be an instrument of God, to be an instrument of light, if you prefer that term, to be kind, to love people, to be honest, to be truthful. Do not be deceived by any of this stuff that's going on in the country right now. This is not good stuff. This is, don't get all fooled and tricked with it. These are some really strange, odd times. And if we was going to go to a spiritual context of this could almost be, if you stepped out of it, like a big battle of a spiritual warfare between right and wrong, good and evil, light and darkness. And be sure that you walk in the light and stay on the light side, because there's something, this thing could go off the rails real quickly, and things could turn in a way we've never seen darkness like the darkness that could come upon us. And just be aware, be like I read a story in the Old Testament one time where the army of God, they went to the edge of the water to drink water, and they cupped their hands. Instead of putting their face down where they couldn't see what was going on, they dipped water in their hands and they drank the water as they surveyed around to see what was going on. Be sure to look around and don't lose sight of what's going on. Drink water from the hand, survey the land. You'll see that Donald Trump and his cohorts are a great evil that's come upon our country. A great evil, unlike any evil that's ever been on before our country before. Always be aware of that. Always fight the good fight. Always hold your head up. Always be honest. Always be truthful. Don't kowtow to nobody. Speak your light. Speak your truth. Be who you are. I need a pulpit, y'all. I need a pulpit. Good Lord.